Welcome back, familiar to Northside LDN. Caramba, big up to everyone that's locked in. And we got some news. Arsenal ready to trigger Zubimendi's release clause. Apparently, he will be finishing his medical. This is good news. This is good news. It's good news, but we will judge it once the play is over the line. You know, we keep seeing Zubimendi to get over the line. We're seeing Gyökeres to get over the line. And Berta will get his props once the player is over the line. Zubimendi's been linked to us for a long time. The weird thing about it was months ago, they told us that this deal was completed. Now they're telling us this deal's completed now. So take it with a pinch of salt because this was supposed to be done and completed, the Zubimendi deal, months ago. And now we keep saying, oh, the deal's done now, the deal's done now. So listen, when you support Arsenal, you have to take these transfer news with a grain of salt, and you got to just, chill. Definitely a player I would take at Arsenal. Kind of makes me feel like, why did we go for Moreno? I just didn't really understand why we went for Moreno. It doesn't really make sense to me as he hasn't been able to hold down that position, but it is what it is. I think, we're taking a U-turn. It seems, if you're going to believe the reports, Arsenal are taking a U-turn in their approach of letting Thomas Partey go, and we're looking to get him a new contract. We've left it late once again. We've left it late. We've left it with months left on his contract for us to re-sign him. I'm more than happy to see Partey stay at the club, if I'll be completely honest. I would welcome Zubimendi. Moreno's the only one that doesn't really get into that midfield. You'd say Declan Rice, Partey, Zubimendi comes in, you don't really see Moreno getting into the team. You don't really see him getting into the squad. That's obviously if we don't get a striker. If we get a striker, then will he play Kai Havertz instead of Moreno up front? I don't know. There's a lot of questions yet to be answered when it comes to Arsenal, if we'll be completely honest. Are we actually going to sign Thomas Partey? If Thomas Partey stays, who starts in the midfield? Listen, we don't just need a starting 11. We do need depth. So, maybe Zubimendi fills in until, he starts outperforming Thomas Partey. When everyone's available, as it stands, Thomas Partey is still one of our best midfielders, if not our most consistent midfielder. What he brings to the team is something that none of the other players really bring to the team, that defensive solidity. So we need competition, because as soon as we had Partey out, all of a sudden you've got, Moreno there, and he's not convincing. So I'm happy getting Zubimendi in. I think I don't know. I don't watch La Liga all the time, but from the little I've seen of him, he looks like a top player. He looks like somebody that can get into the midfield. Like I said, when I got Moreno, the plan wasn't to play him as a striker, which is why it took him so long to experiment play Moreno there. And he's not even a striker. He's a DM. So what is the plan with Moreno? Does he become our second striker? If we do get the Gyökeres deal over the line, there's a lot of question marks. Did we get rid of Jesus this transfer window? Does Moreno become our second striker? We get Gyökeres as our main striker. Then you've got a midfield of Odegaard, Rice, Zubimendi, Thomas Partey. It's going to be interesting to see what we do. It's going to be interesting. The thing is, with Zubimendi and Gyökeres, we've kept hearing the same thing. The deal's over the line. We've got the deal completed. We triggered. Arsenal are ready to trigger the transfer release clause. And we're still here waiting. So that's what I'm saying. Take it with a grain of salt. And Zubimendi, at the end of the day, we will see how good he is. I'll definitely give him a chance. He comes into Arsenal. The same way I didn't watch a lot of Timber's game before he come to Arsenal. The same with Calafiori. After a couple of games, I assessed what I thought about the players, their strengths and their weaknesses, and if I thought they were good enough or not. So it's going to be the same with Zubimendi. I'm not going to prejudge the player. I don't watch La Liga week in, week out. I'll definitely give him a chance, see what he's about. And hopefully, like every player that comes to Arsenal, I want them to, hit the ground running and produce. But we will see how good he is. Is he good enough for this league? Is he not good enough for this league? We're going to see. I don't think you can watch the highlights if you're not a La Liga, if you don't watch La Liga religiously and fully make up your mind on Zubimendi and be 100% assured that he's able to produce the performances necessary week in, week out at a club like Arsenal that need to be winning major honours. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I just didn't understand why it's taken so long when the player's got a release clause. You just triggered a release clause, and then all of a sudden you just got to talk to the player and the agent, see what the agent fee is, see how much the player wants per week, and if he's even interested. And all of a sudden, you know, the player's on his way. You know, Real Sociedad selling club, Sporting Lisbon selling club. And yeah, we will see. I mean, he's 26 years old, and he should be, you know, at his peak. And yeah, man, he's played well for Spain, you know what I mean? But let's see if he can do it in the Prem. But Sky Sports are reporting Arsenal finalising deal to sign Real Sociedad midfielder Martin Zubimendi after meeting conditions of £51 million release clause in contract. Listen, it's all sounding great. You know, hopefully Berta's able to get us these deals over the line quickly, because we've got a lot that we need to address. Let's be real. We need a striker. We do need a DM. Whether Partey stays or goes, we do need a DM in terms of quality. And we need a lot more. We need a number 10. We need wingers. You know, the left-hand side of our attack is absolutely on the ground, on the floor. You know, Trossard doesn't want to stay here. Martinelli's not been good enough. So, you know, that alone on the left wing, we need at least two left wingers. We obviously Sterling going back to Chelsea. We need a right winger to be able to at least compete with Saka. At least compete. We do need a centre back. It looks like we're trying to get rid of Kivior as well. So we need a centre back. I've been saying that for a long time, that we need a centre back. So we also need that. So yeah, man, we got a lot of business to do. But, you know, I'm happy that we've got Berta, somebody that actually has a name in the game, in the sense of, you know, players would know about Berta. I'm sure there's players that would like to, you know, follow Berta and play for the club that he's scouting for after seeing what he did at Atletico with Simeone. So I'm happy that we've got somebody with credentials in the game. You know, I never really was convinced that players wanted to play for Edu. I didn't really feel like players you didn't have the same pool. You know, back in the day we had Wenger, and players wanted to, especially French players, but a lot of players in world football wanted to play for Wenger. And, you know, Wenger had a pool in the transfer market. He had a pool with players. You know, players knew what to expect if they're playing under Wenger. And I think for a long time we have lacked that. You know, I don't feel like Arteta has that same pool. He doesn't have the same history in the game. And now that we've got Berta, hopefully we use that to our advantage. You know what I mean? I'll rate the signing once we get it over the line. Nothing's been fully confirmed yet, but we will see. We will see if we get this deal over the line. Like I said, from previous reports, this was already done. So this is what I mean about not fully trusting everything that they're saying. This was supposed to already be done. But it is what it is. There's a lot of players that we've been linked with, to be honest. A lot of players that we've been linked with. Gibbs White. Gibbs White has been linked to Arsenal as well. Good player. Is he of the level that we need? I'm not fully convinced that I would go and get Gibbs White. Apparently, we're in for Gibbs White. To be fair, I think the Nottingham Forest owner, he's very ambitious. When they dropped points a couple of games ago, you saw the way he shouted at Zubimendi. And you could see that he's ambitious. Will he get rid of one of his best midfielders? £50 million on transfer mark. 7 goals, 10 assists, and 34. Sorry, Nuno Espirito Santo, but Zubimendi. Nuno Espirito Santo. Would he get rid of one of his best number 10? I don't know. I don't really see it happening. I think the Nottingham Forest owner is very, very ambitious, and I think he's going to want to build upon the season that they've had. Forest have had a good season. Is he going to really want to get rid of him? You know, Gibbs White can play. He can play as a 10. He can play in the 8 role. He can play as a right winger, and he's a good player, man. He's a good player. English international. It is what it is, man. I just don't really see it. I don't really see them getting rid of Morgan Gibbs White. I don't really see it personally. He's not my number one choice. I wouldn't be angry at the signing, but he wouldn't be my number one choice, especially at 50 million. You could go get Alex Baena, you know what I mean, and players like that I rate above Gibbs White. But Not for me. Not for me. I think I agree, AJ. Eze, even Morgan Rogers, bro. I like him as well. But apparently, we've been linked to Morgan Rogers as well. I just don't really see it happening. I just don't see them allowing the move to happen. If I be completely honest. But yeah, let me know if you guys would take Gibbs White, Morgan Rogers, same amount of money, 3 years younger, scored more goals and got more assists. You know what I mean? Can play the 10 role, can play on the right, can play on the left. I don't know. I personally, out of the two, I would prefer Morgan Rogers over Gibbs White. I wouldn't be mad at Gibbs White, but he just wouldn't be my first choice. I like Morgan Rogers, bro. I think technically he's a baller. I think he's got good vision, good passing. Yeah, man. I would just prefer Morgan Rogers for the same amount of money. They're both, according to Transfermarkt anyway. They're both at 50 million pounds each. Both can play in the 10. I'd rather go for Morgan Rogers, man. I'm not against going for Premier League proven players. I'd get Mbeumo. I wouldn't mind going for Rogers. I'd get Eze. All of these players are Premier League proven. I think we need players that are either world class or are proven at this level to play at the top level consistently, because we need to get over the line. So I don't want to see, listen, it's down to the club. Berta, he has unearthed gems before, but there's going to be massive question marks and raised eyebrows if we get players that we're still like, could they really do it? You know what I mean? Rafael Leao, another player that's been linked to Arsenal. Looking at him thinking, you've been inconsistent for AC Milan. Have you got what it takes to play for Arsenal? I would say you ain't got what it takes to play for Arsenal. I think you're way too inconsistent. Signings like that, I'd be raising my eyebrow thinking, I'm not convinced that this player can play at this level and can consistently perform week in, week out. You go get a Morgan Rogers, you know what I mean, or Eze, they already know the league. You know what I mean? So that's my view on it. I just feel like, are these signings? We need to get signings that move the needle. We need signings that are going to move the needle. It's not just about players that can do a job. We need to get over the line. We need to be winning major honors, and they're good players. But is Morgan Rogers really going to get us over the line? I think if you bring in the right signings, if we bring in Gyökeres and he performs to the level that we expect, if we go out there and get an Mbeumo and he replicates the season he had this season, if we go out there and get these players, you know what I mean, then maybe all of a sudden, you know what I mean, it looks like a steal. So I'm not too sure if we're going to be able to get these players at those wages, at that price tag. Sorry, £50 million is the valuation from Transfermarkt. You would assume Aston Villa will probably slap a 80,000 pound, 80 million pound price tag on Morgan Rogers. He's English, he's young, he's performing week in, week out for Aston Villa. They're probably going to slap at least 80 million on him, just to try and get people to get other clubs to not want to put down the money. So I don't really see it happening, bro. There's always the English tax on top of him being a young player and performing. He's a starter for Villa. So I don't really see it happening, if I be completely honest. But let's see this club, show ambition. We know we've got 300 million to spend, that the club is able to spend before, any FFP, any problems financially. So we've got the money to get a Rodgers. We've got the money to go out there and get a Gyökeres. We've got the money to get Zubimendi and still have money left to go and strengthen other areas. So show the ambition. Go get the Mbeuemos. Go get these players. You know what I mean? I just want to see this club show ambition. I want to see this club identify the weaknesses, the same weaknesses that we see week in, week out. That's what I want to see. You know what I mean? There's a lot of reports about, us doing a U-turn on Partey. And the weird thing is, with all this Gyökeres talk, just the day before, they were telling us that we were preparing to put £100 million down to get Sesko. So this is why it's a little bit confusing, because some articles are saying that we're preparing £100 million bid for Sesko, and now others have been saying that we've put 80-90 million pound down to go and get Gyökeres. Believe what you want to believe. I don't really know what to believe, to be honest. I really don't know what to believe. Which player are we going for? It makes me, for me, I lean more towards this club looking at Sesko only because we've known Gyökeres' release clause, and we did inquire about Sesko in, what was it? Last summer? Last summer, we was inquiring about Sesko. So why would we be inquiring about Sesko if we were interested in Gyökeres when both of them got release clauses? We know the release clause for Gyökeres, and arguably, it's a little bit cheaper with the Gyökeres deal. It doesn't really make sense. Like, surely we would have already like triggered that if he was the main guy that we were after. I'm not too sure. If Gyökeres was the main target, I mean, the club can change their targets. Obviously, Berta's coming during the season. Maybe we changed. Maybe club had to go in and they were like, actually, do you know what? Let's go back into Gyökeres. Maybe Berta had a word and said, listen, I don't believe Sesko is able to get the club winning the trophies that we need to be winning. Maybe. Who knows? I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. Gyökeres should be in our number 14 shirt anyway. Yeah, bro, he should be in, man. I don't know what we're stalling for. Zubimendi is to replace Jorginho. Okay, we'll see. We will see. Another proven players we should be all over is Mitchell from Crystal Palace, especially considering his speed. I'll take him. I would take him. But that's the type of shrewd business that we don't do. That's unfortunately, you know what I mean? Like, we're not shrewd in the market, which is something that I hope that we will have with Berta being here. Well, we will see. Honestly, as we need 2 left winger, I would definitely get Wisa from Brentford alongside Brian Mbeumo. I would get Mbeumo. Wisa, I don't know if I'd go get Wisa. I'll be real. I'm not. I don't feel like I'd get Wisa, bro. Yeah, I mean, I think on his day he's decent, but nah, not for me. Not for me. There's other options I'll take instead of him, but that's just me, bro. That's just me. It's a buyout clause, not a release clause. Arsenal doesn't trigger it. Zubi does. Zubi takes the money for the fee from Arsenal, use it to activate trigger buyout from Real Sociedad. Let's just get the deal done. I'm just sick of the stalling. Just get the deal done, man. You know what I mean? It is what it is, man. Zubimendi is a decent start, but we need more. Big up AJ, man. Big up Carl as well in the building. Yeah, it's a good start. You know what I'm saying? If they get the right players in, I'll definitely give credit. I'll definitely give credit. But I'll give the credit once the player's actually over the line. Too many times we see these deals fall flat and we don't get the players that we need. The player needs to accept before triggering the release clause. Okay, but we should have been already speaking to the player before the end of the season. That's what I don't understand. We've been linked to this player, yeah? For how long? How do we not know if the player wants to leave or not? This is what I don't understand. Like, a lot of the times, clubs like to save face, yeah? They don't like to be told that they've been rejected or to show to the fans that players have been rejecting the club. So you speak to the agent, you speak to people surrounding the player, and you kind of get the gist as to, do they want to come to the league? Do they want to play for your club? Do they like the manager? What do they think about the project? Do you know what I'm saying? And then what's the wages? We should have already done our due diligence in knowing whether he wants to come or not. Like, this ain't a player that we just started scouting. And that's what, for me, just doesn't make any sense. We should have been knowing this already. We should know exactly what Gyökeres wants and if he's interested, and what Zubimendi wants and if he's interested. We've been linked with these players for months and months and months and months and months. And if they told us that they're not interested, then move on. Move on. Look at Man City. Verts told them, nah, I'm not really interested, according to some sources. All of a sudden, no worries, we're moving. We've got other midfielders. No problem. Do you know what I'm saying? You win some, you lose some. That is the proactiveness I want to see from my club. Not this and ahhing whether players want to come or not. If they don't want to come, then cool. Let's move. Let's not waste any time, because too many times I've seen this club, dragging their feet. And then all of a sudden we're trying to panic buy. You know what I'm saying? And the one that sticks out in recent memory is Douglas Luiz. Whereas like the last day of the transfer window, we're scrambling to get somebody in. Just be proactive. If a player's not interested, he's not interested. It is what it is. If he definitely just doesn't want to play for the club, or he's got another club in sight or whatever, of course, try. But the thing is, if these are players that we've been linked with for months ago, we should have already known where we stood with them. So it is what it is, man. Transfers take time. I don't have no more time. This club's already wasted 21 years of my time, so I don't have no more time. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no more time. You still need creative midfielder and striker north side. Yeah, I agree. There's a lot, but if they bring the right players in and continue to scout the right players and get the right players in, I get they're not going to get 5 players in all in one go. I can understand that. But if they're moving, getting one target, moving, getting another target, moving, I'll give the club props when they're getting the players that I believe are going to take us forward. You know what I'm saying? I'm never against giving this club props, but they got to earn it. I'm not going to give them a round of applause for doing the bare minimum. You know what I'm saying? If this club only gets 2 players, if we get Zubimendi and Gyökeres, some Arsenal fans will sit there and say, oh, Northside, great chance. No, it's not. No, it's not, because I already know that we're not going to win the league. We've got a lot of business to do. Let's not forget we've got a bench that's full of defensive players. A lot of them have left and lacked a lot of quality. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. We'll see how this club moves with Berta. I'm leaving to the end of the window for my take on Berta. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to leave to the end of the window. Did that move? Oh, raw. This is my new camera still. Look at that. Whee! Look at that. Jeez. Slide to the right. You know what I'm saying? Slide to the left. That's quite sick. I didn't even know that. But anyway, as I was saying, Zubimendi's not coming to Arsenal. Will people not learn from what happened with Liverpool? We'll see. We will see, bro. We will see. I'm just reporting on what's being said. You know what I mean? For me, I'm not going to give any props until I see the player over the line. You know what I mean? That's how I'm doing, man. We should try Zinchenko in midfield consistently before selling him. Nah, but you know what? Yeah, I hear it, but at the same time, bro, I want better. Like, yes, Zinchenko can play in the 10, but let's not go on like he's a world-class number 10. Do you get me? So I wouldn't mind him being an option for the 10. I hear that. But at the same time, let's not go on like, he plays as number 10 and all of a sudden we've got the number 10 that we always needed. Like, let's just be real. I do not trust Berta. I feel like he's a puppet, like Edu. Like, why the fuck are we still interested in Sesko? You know what? Give him a chance. I'm going to give him this. I'm going to give him to the end of the window. You know what I'm saying? I can't fully sit here and say this guy is for the fans. He's definitely going to go. You know what I mean? I'm going to give him a chance. I'm going to give him a chance. You get me? I'm going to give him a chance. But all he has is one transfer window for me. Because we've got the money. That's the thing. For me, yeah, this is the thing with Berta. You can't tell me he doesn't have money. You can't tell me, yeah, that we don't have clear holes in the team. Clear places in the team that we lack quality. You can't tell me that he hasn't seen the situation at Arsenal and know enough that there are players that you're going to get no backlash in clearing out of Arsenal that we know are not good enough. So you're walking into a team that is competing, but not a team that's ready to get over the line. It's not like you're trying to rebuild a squad or a team that are finishing 10th or 11th or whatever, or 8th or flipping. Do you know what I'm saying? You've got the basis there. Now all I need Berta to do is bring me the world-class players. Bring me the top players that are going to get us over the line. Bring me the proper quality to get over the line. That's all he needs to do. He doesn't need a complete clear out. So I'm expecting Berta to be doing that. Now, if the club don't give him the finances, then, we can have that conversation. But what do you do with the finances that are given? Let's just say the club don't. This club love to do the cheapskate thing. Let's just say that Arsenal only give Berta 150 million to spend, half of the 300 million. I'm still going to look at how you spent that 150. Because, yeah, you can argue I didn't have the 300 M's to spend in the summer, but if you're buying duds or players that are not good enough, then I'm still going to judge you. And I'm still going to say, well, even with the money that you bought, it weren't good enough. Do you know what I'm saying? So I just want to see how it goes. I want to see if we actually spend the 300 M's. I want to see what players identify to actually get over the line. And I want to see if he actually tackles the positions that we need. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like at this point as well, we can all tell like which players are Arteta players and which players were more likely to be Berta players. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we get Sesko, everyone knows that's an Arteta signing. Everyone knows that's an Arteta signing. We'll link with Sesko even before Berta got the job. So you know that's an Arteta signing. If we get Gyökeres, you know that that's a Berta signing. So we already know. We know that Arteta likes project players. He likes players that are versatile. He likes players that are a development project. We already know what Arteta likes. So I think it's Arteta right now, you know what I'm saying? Arteta right now, he's in a situation that you've had enough time to get yourself, to have your own rope to hang yourself. We know what you've tried. We know what kind of players you've brought in. We know what kind of profiles you like. So we're going to know. We're going to know what signings are whose, what signings were influenced by who, and I'll make my judgment off of that. You know, we've got 5 years of Arteta. So there's not really anywhere to hide anymore. It is what it is. But hopefully Berta gets the money. Hopefully he gets the support. And hopefully he gets final say on transfers. I mean, that is his job. I don't really see the point. This is the thing for me. Is like, there's no point waiting all this time, get, you know, Edu leaving and then replacing Edu, if you're going to give all the transfer power and decision-making to Arteta. There was absolutely no point of having Berta. No point. So let's see. I personally would like to believe that it didn't bring in Berta for no reason. I think that was the start of stripping Arteta away from certain power that he has at the club and being ready to pull the trigger once it doesn't work with Arteta and not fully rely that it has to work with Arteta. But we'll see. We'll see. Because I can say that, and then on the other hand, it's like, why did you give Arteta a new contract this season when his contract was running out and it was a prime? It would have been the perfect situation for him to deliver, and then we just get rid and we don't have to pay any compensation. So I don't know. I don't know. It is what it is. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. But you need another striker. Zubimendi ain't even what your squad needs. Do you know what? I would argue he is, bro, because I'm sorry, but you're looking at it for, Arsenal start with Odegaard, for example, as it stands. Odegaard, Partey, and Rice. What happens if Partey and Rice get injured? Either one, just one. We're back to playing Moreno there. Do you get what I'm saying? So we do actually need strengthening in that position. Is it the only thing that we need? No, it's not the only position that we need strengthening, but it's definitely a position that we need strengthening. We don't have any rotation or anyone to compete for that DM position or the deep line playmaker position the same way that we don't have rotation for the centre backs. You know what I'm saying? Well, we do, but it's a lack of quality. We know that Moreno can't play there. So we do actually need another DM. We actually do. Yeah, I'm saying Jorginho was never a DM and Moreno can't play there. So it's one of them ones. We actually do. So I actually disagree with that point. But I just think you are right. That's not the only thing that we need. That I agree with. They are waiting to repeat the title. Big up Yasa every time. Make sure you're subscribing to Yasa TV as well. Go show my G some love as well, man. Make sure you're supporting Yasa as well, man. Big up to everyone that's locked in, man. Every single time. He rejected Arsenal before. Yeah, bro. Well, it is what it is, isn't it? We'll see, man. I'm just giving you this is just the news that's out there, isn't it? It's just the news that's out there. Big up Francisco, man. Espero que estás bem. Big up no sign. Meanwhile, there's reports saying that Benfica will sign Sanchez, finish for professional football, and Belotti, the brain dead gargoyle, on a permanent deal. My club is fucked, bro. Benfica signing Belotti and Sanchez is an absolute joke, man. That club is just it's pathetic. Now I can't even lie, man. Even in Northside, hope you're well. Big up, bro. Big up, Gary. Big up, AJ. Hashtag pray for Betis. Yes, sir. We'll see in it. We will see. We will see. Not gonna lie, Zubi and his camp are wishy-washy any longer. I say you lot leave it. Yeah, well, I don't know what the player wants. You know what I mean? I don't know why he rejected Liverpool. You know what I mean? If I was him, I would have went to Liverpool. You know what I'm saying? Why would you not go Liverpool for? I don't know. It doesn't really make sense to me. Like, Liverpool have won major honours in recent years. You reject them, but then you accept coming to Arsenal? I don't really get it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if Real Madrid or Barca are linked to him, linked to Zubimendi. I don't know. But I just don't really understand it. Because anyone that loves up this manager, yeah, you ain't gonna explain to me why Zubimendi would pick Arsenal over Liverpool. Because you could argue Zubimendi don't get in the team over Rice or Partey. You could argue he doesn't get into the team at Liverpool over McAllister or Gravenberch. Do you know what I'm saying? So in both midfields, he's not necessarily a nailed-on starter. We don't know how he's going to perform in the Premier League. So it's not really about that because he's not guaranteed a spot at either club. But Liverpool are lifting trophies. We're not lifting anything. So I don't know. Maybe they didn't offer the money. Maybe Arsenal are willing to pay, the money that Liverpool are not willing to pay. Maybe it's that. I don't know. I'm not part of his camp. I can only guess. It can't be fueled on trophies. That's for damn sure. Because if it's in terms of trophies and heritage, you pick Liverpool. Let's keep it real. I don't really care who gets offended by it because, bro, I'm offended by the way that my club is run. I don't want to say that. I want to be, obviously, I don't want that to be the reality, but that's the reality. But we'll see, man. I mean, certain players are fueled by heritage. Other players are fueled by money. We'll see. Big up Northside. I want Mets to get promoted to League 1. They are playing Rims tomorrow. Bro, big up, man. Big up, Macy, bro. Big up, my G. Big up, bro. I hear you, North. We, LFC, are familiar with the foolishness from Zubi's camp. I don't know if the indecision is down to Arsenal or Zubi. What's the hold up, especially now that the league is done? No excuses. I don't really get it, bro. You know what I mean? And if the player doesn't want to play for, listen, if a player don't want to play for my club, I don't want him here. Because what's the point? You know what I'm saying? He's not going to give his all. So what is the point? I don't want players held hostage. They don't want to be here, leave. They don't want to be here, either leave or don't come. Wisa would only cost days. Wisa would only cost £35 million. I honestly think it would be smart business. He would blossom with better players around him, in my opinion. Also, I hear it. I don't think it'd be a bad signing. I just don't think he would be my number one, innit? Like, he wouldn't be go get Wisa. You know what I mean? But I hear it. He's not a bad player. I don't believe we sign anyone. It's all bullshit. We end up with one mid player and one we've never heard of or expected. Zesty accounts always doing the most PR. Yeah, bro, I hear it. I hear it, man. I think, you know what? Like I said, I'll judge it at the end of the window. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a lot of faith in this club either because of the amount of times they've let us down. But let's see, man. Let's see. I'm not going to over-gas Berta. He was an appointment that I was happy with. But what's the point making the right appointment if we don't make the right decisions? You know what I mean? After that, if he's not given the power, if we don't identify the right players, if Arteta still got power and the final say over transfers, like Edu said before he went to Forest, what's the point then? So we will see, man. We will see. But I get it. I get your, being skeptical because this club is giving us a lot of reasons to be skeptical. Moreno was always a rotation player. Nah, and that's why I didn't want him, bro. That's why I didn't want him. I was never convinced on Moreno. I'll be real. I was never convinced. You should sell Jesus Trossard for Delap and Gyökeres. I wouldn't mind Delap and Gyökeres. I wouldn't mind. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't mind. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Yo, big up Static, man. Big up to everyone that's locked in, bro. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Chelsea hate along tonight. I will be doing the watch along on Lee's channel, bro. I was going to do it on this channel, but I'll do it on Lee. I am going to be doing the Prem Talk show as well with me, Yasser, Deji, everyone. It's going to be at 11. Where is it? North, you never say anything positive about Arsenal. What the fuck is there to say positive about Arsenal? Like, what are we doing here? Like, what is it? We've bottled everything and we've allowed our rivals to lift everything. And today we might see Chelsea lift a trophy and complete football. And what are we doing? And you want me to say something positive about Arsenal? Well, what is it that you want me to say? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what you want me to say that's positive, bro. That it's going to make you feel good, bro. Like, what the fuck? Okay, you know what? I'm so happy that Spurs won the Europa. I'm so happy that Chelsea are probably going to win the conference. I'm so happy Newcastle lifted the trophy. I'm so happy that Crystal Palace lifted the trophy. I'm so happy Liverpool picked us to win the title when we were supposed to be the ones to capitalize once Man City fell off. What are we doing here? Like, I don't understand what you want me to say, bro. Like, I don't understand what you want me to say, innit? I think people think they think I want to be annoyed, bro. But it's like, bro, I'm sorry. I live in reality. And in reality, we've been a waste man club for 21 years. So I don't know what positive you want me to say. We're about to see Chelsea lift a trophy in Europe. Well, when have we won something in Europe? You want me to be positive? I don't get it, man. I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we couldn't stop them winning the Europa, but we could get the right players and the right manager for us to win a major honor, whether that Champions League or Premier League. So why didn't we do that? Why didn't we do that? I don't know, man. I don't know. Me lying to you doesn't change reality, innit? I can tell you whatever about this club. It doesn't change the fact that we've bottled everything. And you want me to just what? Lie? You want me to lie? I don't get it, man. Like, bro, even when you go to bed and dream, you still gotta wake up. When you wake up, it's reality, bro. Like, this is what I don't understand about people that want to do a facade thing, because every time you go to bed and you dream, you wake up, get your black ass up because you got to get to work. Like, it don't change because you had a nice dream that, oh, I wish I was a millionaire so freaking bad. By all of the players we never had. You wake up and it's reality, bruv. So I don't know what escapism people have from facades and all that. But you still have to wake up to reality, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you stay in the dream forever, you'll die of hunger and starvation. Like, what? I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. If you want a comfortable lie, go to AFTV. Yeah, I'm saying, if you want a comfortable lie, go to AFTV, bro. Go to AFTV. That's all I gotta say. They will give you a bedtime story there. I don't do bedtime stories. Do you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. What's man saying here? What's man saying? I don't get it, bro. Like, what have I said that's not true? Like, I don't know, bro. You know what I'm saying? Can't underestimate that Spanish curse. Yeah. I did. I got sent the clip. Didn't put it on the laptop, so I just played it on my phone. Where is it? Yasser sent it. Big up to Yasser, man. Big up to Yasser. Where is it? Where did he send it again? Send it in the group chat. Hold on. Where did you send that video? Hold on. What did he send? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Thierry Henry on Arteta.
Arsenal situation of sort of 6 years. What do you think of the current Arsenal situation of sort of 6 years now, 5-6 years without a trophy, but they're building and they're sort of getting better each time?
That's a tall building now. The building is tall. There's a lot of the building is really tall. That's big. So I always talk to Wright about it. Look, I'm not going to pretend I'm an Arsenal fan more than him or a guy that was born and raised as an Arsenal fan. But I understand at the very beginning, you arrive, by the way, we won the Cup 2020, yeah? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. 3 years. And Roy can tell you, you also coach, you're in a situation at the beginning where it's not your team. You need at the very least 3 to 4 transfer windows to be able to change everything that you want to change. Get rid of the guys that are on a good contract, that don't want to leave, that maybe don't like the way you play or you don't like the way they play. So it takes time. Whether we finish 8th, we were not great. You have to give a manager time to be able to implement what he wants to do. So 3 years. Now, the last 3 years, we've been in a situation also where we should at least bring a cup, whatever it is, or a final. Man United played 5 finals in their last 5 years. The United that everyone loves at played 5 finals. In the last 3 years of building that building, you didn't reach a final. So I do understand when people ask the question, surely you should have compete for a trophy, being in the final. This year we didn't compete with Liverpool. I don't know what people think, but we didn't compete not once.
What do you think?
This year we didn't compete with Liverpool. Thank you, my guy like TT, legend, absolute legend, man, absolute legend. True. The way he said as well. Oh, we build. Oh, the building's tall. My guy TT, my guy, my brother. Love TT, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'll tell you, you can't even say nothing, bro. You can't even chat to man. You can't even chat to Thierry. You didn't want to talk to. Trust me. Just sit down. You know what I'm saying? It's true. We didn't compete with Liverpool. The building. How is Man United getting to more finals than us? It's crazy. Nothing he said was wrong. Nothing he said was wrong. But I'm sure Nelson is going to be very upset to hear that because Thierry Henry, why can't you just be positive? Why can't you just be positive at Arsenal? You know what I'm saying? But any Arsenal fan that tries to chat shit about Thierry Henry, but they can suck their mum, bruv. Yeah, I'm saying, bro, this guy's he's a fucking legend, bruv. I'm not hearing no fan talk shit about Thierry Henry, bruv. Yeah, I mean, and he ain't sold out on his standards. So big up to Thierry Henry, man. Yeah, I mean, Henry speaking truth, he gets it. Won major trophies like Arsenal. Arteta should have won a trophy in the last 3 seasons. Exactly. And I thought he was being polite because he was just saying a trophy. He didn't even mention which one. He just said by now you should have won a trophy. For me, it wouldn't even been a trophy. You had to win a major honor, but it's one of them ones. How can you be positive when we want to get over the line by bringing in signings the like of Moreno, Calafiori, on loan, Neto, Sterling, building his tool? It's crazy. Question: wasn't a striker a priority? Could Arteta be delaying signing a prolific striker like Gyökeres for him to be snapped away, giving him room to sign an average one and continue start Havertz up front? Probably. Do you know what I'm saying? Like when you're one of Arteta's favorites, yeah, you just get all the game time, you just get all the support. Do you know what I mean? So maybe that is the situation. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. It is what it is, bro. I wouldn't be surprised. When you're one of Arteta's favorites, bro, you get into the team by hook or by crook. So it's a mad one, bro. It's a mad one. Yeah, he's speaking facts, bro. Thierry Henry's speaking absolute facts, bro. But they don't like to hear that. You know what I mean? Thierry Henry's not trying to get on the payroll. That's why he's able to speak frankly. He don't need to get on the payroll. Do you know what I'm saying? He's a legend, bruv. You know what I'm saying? One major honours with Barca, one major honours with Arsenal. Can't chat to him. Do you know what I'm saying? One major honours with France. He's a brand within itself. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what happens when you're a winner. You don't need these hand downs from these clubs, bro. You know what I mean? Thierry Henry sells itself. You hear me? Big up to Thierry Henry. And big up for saying that to Wrighty as well, because Wrighty's been a sellout over the years. So I'm glad Wrighty was just, shush your mouth. Shush your mouth, yeah? Because you love sucking off this club. So be quiet. Be very, very quiet. Be very, 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 very quiet. What's this? I don't think there's anyone who feels as much pain as Northside for Arsenal. This man has had enough to the point where he does not give a damn anymore. I don't give a damn. I wouldn't say no one feels as much pain as me. There's definitely fans out there that have spent more money on Arsenal than me, that have followed Arsenal longer than me. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say my pain is more than anyone. Well, not of the real ones anyway. I think there's, but as a whole, I wouldn't say my pain is more. I just say I've just reached the point where I've had enough, man. I just want my club to be successful. That's all. You know what I mean? I want my club to be successful more than anything, really. Like, I don't, I was ready to be in the mud. You know what I'm saying? I was ready to be in the mud about this manager if it meant that we won a major honor. But, bro, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. But, yeah, man. I wouldn't say my pain is more, though. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say my pain is more. But big up to you, though, my G. Henry, Barca icon. Yeah, bro, he's a legend, man. Legend. Man can't chat to TT, bro. Man can't chat to TT. What's this? Big up North. At the end of the day, the excuse will drought and will be no excuses. These fans will say it's been raining like Thai market, bro. I'm just tired of it, bro. I'm just tired of it. I'm really, really tired of it, bro. You know what I mean? We're being linked to Kubo, the winger from Real Sociedad. Let me see how much let me see this Kubo guy on Transfer Mark, because I've seen every transfer window. I see this guy getting linked away with a move away from Real Sociedad. But surely, if we're getting Zubimendi from Real Sociedad, they're not going to give us Kubo as well. He's a right winger. He can play as a 10 and he can play as a left winger as well. What else is this? Where's the stats? I don't know what. I've seen this guy, like, just little highlights of him before. He looks technically decent, but La Liga, he had 36 appearances, 5 goals, 0 assists. No, thank you. Europa League, 11 appearances, 2 goals, 2 assists. Copa del Rey, 5 appearances, 2 assists, no goals. Nah, not for me. He looks decent in La Liga. Technically, he looks decent as well. 23-year-old Japanese international, but yeah, not good enough in my opinion. Like, I've always seen him, like, when he, like, I ain't watched the full game of this Kubu guy. I've just seen highlights. And yeah, he just looked like one of those players that is good in La Liga, but I don't think he'd make it in the Prem. He's quite short. I don't think I think the physicality of the Prem, I don't think he'd be able to cope with it. And yeah, I don't really see this guy being a player that moves the needle for Arsenal. 40 million euros. Like, come on, man, put another 20 million pounds on top of that, whatever you get in Buemo. Am I really taking Kubu over and Buemo? No, not really. I don't see the reason for it. So I just don't see it. I don't know why we're being linked to him. I don't really get it. I don't really get it. You know what I'm saying? Bro, anyone's an upgrade on Martinelli, though, man. Let's not just tell me that let's just get a player because he's an upgrade on Martinelli. Is this guy going to move the needle? I don't think he is, bro. In my opinion, I don't think he is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm saying. But I said Nelson rates him means he's trash. Oh my days. Kubu a few years ago, maybe. Right now, no. Yeah, I remember like a couple of seasons ago, wasn't he like their highest goal scorer or something? Like he was like their main go-to guy in terms of their outlet. But yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. I don't really want this Takey Fusa Kubu. No, not for me, bro. Not for me. If Inter lose a final, surely Inzaghi will be available. Arsenal should pay him 15 million and get him. I would take Inzaghi over Hansi if I am bro. He is where he is, man. I mean, he's an okay as a bench option, better than Nelson, but not wanting to waste our limited budget. We need a striker and a left back. Yeah, bro. I'm just. If man are telling me, yo, let's get this player because he can do a job, I'm straight away. I'm not even listening to you. I'll be real because we've had enough players that can do a job, and where's it got my club? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to hear it. I really don't want to hear it. Marquinhos is supposed to do a job. Lokonga, Fabi Vieira, Trusty. Do you know what I mean? Holding, all these man, El Nene and all that. Bro, I'm not hearing it. I ain't got no patience for he can do a job. Is he of the level to push this club to go and win a major honor? If not, I don't want him. I don't want him. Because all these players that can do a job eventually, yeah, those are the players that go rotten on the bench. We end up re-signing him because it's the cheaper option to do in the next 2-3 years' time. We put them on wages that nobody else wants to pay, like a Reece Nelson, and then we struggle to get rid of them. So this is why I have zero patience for any players that you tell me could do a job. Because all that means is they're basically going to be El Nene 2.0. Nketiah 2.0. I'm not interested. I'm not interested. I already know how those they can do a job players work out Arsenal. Look at Kivior now. Look at Zinchenko. Look at Zinchenko. What is he on? 150k? And we're struggling to get rid of him. Do you know why? Because he could do a job. Because they told me he could do a job. You know what I'm saying? And now look, Nketiah, we put on 100k. Struggled to get rid of him. Do you know why? Because he could do a job. You know what I mean? I'm not hearing any of that. He can do a job. I don't care. I'm not hearing it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not hearing it. But when you get into the Champions League, you can sign world-class players. Where are these world-class signings? I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I'll send my grandma down there. Maybe my grandma will be able to dig up some world-class signings. I don't know, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Because my grandma watches ball, bro. My grandma watches more ball than me. You know what I'm saying? So trust me, she'll be able to identify some world-class players. So I'm saying, bro, I'm not hearing this bench talk, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know if he's trash, but I just don't think he's right for the Prem, and I don't think he moves the needle. That's just my opinion. Yeah, you know I'm saying I'm always open to be proven wrong. I was wrong on Ben White. I didn't think he'd be good enough. You know what I'm saying? So I don't mind being proven wrong. Once the facts that I see are, prove me wrong. Arteta is indeed a cult leader. Just because he wants Sesko, his diehards like Tom Canton have now brought the idea that Sesko is better than Gyökeres. Canton actually said Gyökeres is a project signing. I'm not even in the mood to beef. I don't give a shit what Tom Canton said. Let me just move on. I just don't even care. I couldn't give a rat's ass what Tom Canton said. Let me just move on because I'm going to start getting heated. It's going to start getting hot up in here. Do you know what I'm saying? So let me just move on. Yeah, I'm saying, yeah, man. Jez gone through it, man. But Jez has seen a lot of glory as well, to be fair. Do you know what I'm saying? But I hear it. Papering over cracks. That's what we do around here. We're polyfiller FC, bro. That's what we are. We're polyfiller, bro. Just filling in the cracks, filling in the holes. You know what I mean? But Arteta likes cracks anyway because he likes getting behind the players and he likes to have a little fiddle, a little pickpocket from the back. from the back, neck, and crack. You know what I'm saying? So I guess it makes sense. I guess it does make sense in the end. Why do I feel like Arteta will drag the Gyökeres signing, then sign an average at the last minute? Because that's what we normally do. Yeah, I'm saying actually what we normally do, we don't even get the Gyökeres, we just drag out an average signing. He would be what Minamino was for Liverpool. Yeah, man, it's long, bro. It's long. But we're linked with everyone, man. Every day we're linked. It's crazy. 20 years of transfers. Northside should know by now. Next season ain't going to change nothing. Whoever signs. Do you know what? I agree with you. But do you know what I want? I want this manager sacked, innit? I want this manager out today. I don't want Arteta to have not even one more day breathing as an Arsenal manager. But I know that's not going to happen, even though that's what I want to happen. So make sure we go and get, what I want this club to do is make sure we go and get the players that when this manager is sacked next season at the latest, we at least have solved one issue, which is strengthening the team the way it's supposed to, win it. And also it gives Arteta less of an excuse. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because if you get the right players in, yeah, what's the excuse? Because right now, there's still fans saying, oh, but he needs his pieces, okay, cool. Go get the top players that we need. Then it's all down to you. Then you can't use the squad talk. You can't use the lack of quality. You can't use any of those excuses. You get what I mean? So that's what I want, innit? I still want the club to recruit properly and then let Arteta die on his sword and sack him and then go get the right manager. I'd rather them do it now, but it is what it is. Bro, that there was a madness. Absolute madness, bro. Absolute madness. Today is a nice day, you know, sunshine. When I wake up in the morning light, and the sunlight hurts my eyes, just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be a transfer day. I'm not gonna let this transfer window is not gonna, I'm not gonna let it stress me out. I'm gonna try my best not to let it stress me out because I need an Arsenal detox. That's what I need. Arsenal detox. The level of embarrassment I felt this season, I need a detox, bro. And for me to continue putting out content, I just need to disconnect a little bit. Do you get what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? Sometimes you need a bit of sun. I'm seeing the sun now hitting my head. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, that's what I need sometimes, man. This club is, you know what I mean? In the back of my mind, I already feel like today we're going to get embarrassed again. Chelsea are probably going to win the conference. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get embarrassed again. We're going to get clowned again. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, bro. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just got to put yourself first. Sometimes you just got to say, do you know what? Yeah, like, I got to put my own happiness above this club. Because these men just piss me off. Yeah, bro. That's what we need. You know what I'm saying? Like, that might actually be the name of a show, Arsenal Detox. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I need Arsenal Detox, bro. Maybe every time I don't talk about this club, maybe I can call it the Arsenal Detox show. You know what I'm saying? Maybe. That's an idea. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. I wish World Cup was this year. It's perfect for disconnecting from this club. 100%. That would be fantastic, man. I'm afraid Northside Berta will quit before Arteta gets sacked. I respect him. If he doesn't get what he needs, yeah, in terms of and they don't let him do his job. If he walks out, yeah, even at the end of this window, before the end of this, I respect him. I respect him. For me, straight away legend. Because he would rather, yeah, told Arteta to go suck his mum than to allow Arteta's bullshit to taint his career. I respect it. I respect it. I'd actually respect it. Like, you're not going to take the piss out of me. You ain't going to drag my name through the mud. Do you know what I'm saying? Fuck this. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? I'm out. I'd respect that, bro. If things don't go his way, I respect it. Because why are you being a sporting director and you're not getting in the players that you want? What the fuck is he here to do then? You know what I'm saying? To put the cones and bibs out. Now, come on, man. It makes no sense. Arteta should be an author. He loves redemption stories. You know what I mean? Redemption song. Because all I ever had. Redemption song. You know what I'm saying? Big up. Take another team's discarded players, i.e. Jesus, Zinchenko, Havertz, Sterling, and make them Arsenal's treasure. That's what he likes, man. He likes that, bro. He likes that. He likes the boys, man. He likes the boys. The amount of excuses and dodging Arteta has committed is a madness. Never going to accept responsibility. Never, bro. Never. Over my dead body. What did he say? We could do the exact same thing and win. And then what? And then what? You know what I'm saying? That's what he's going to say to you, bro. This guy ain't got no shame. You know what I mean? This guy ain't got no shame. He ain't got no shame. Just like your gal, bro. He ain't got no shame. But listen, big up to everyone that's locked in, man. We are here, familia. We are here. You know what I'm saying? And listen, I can't, you know, sometimes it gets to a level where you're like, yo, I can't keep watching transfer news, man. You know what I mean? I can do about an hour of it, and then I just feel like this. I just feel like Odegaard. You get me?
Bailalo Rocky, suéltalo Rocky, bailalo Rocky, bailalo Rocky, suéltalo Rocky, la dragona, bailalo Rocky, la dragona, bailalo.
Trust the process, guys. Get behind the process, guys. You know what I'm saying? And listen, spat the boys, man. Maybe we can have internal solutions. Like man like Kivio. Do you know what I'm saying? Man like Kivio, take it away. Look at that. Nelson's crying. Bro, listen. It's time for you, yeah? It's time for you. Nelson, it's time for you to cry, my bro. Stop crying. You know what I'm saying? Fuck Kivio, bro. He's shit. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I mean? Just stop it. Get some help. Stop it. Get some help. And listen, we're gonna redirect to my dog, to my G. You know what I'm saying? Man like Lee. And Nelson, man. You know what I'm saying? You should be here long enough to know about the banter, bro. You know what I mean? If you take it personal, that's on you. You already know around here we do banter, bro. You know what I'm saying? We do banter. But yeah, but big up, though. Big up. Even though I disagree with everything you say, big up. I appreciate it. I appreciate you watching anyway. You know what I'm saying? We can agree to disagree. But yeah, man. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Northside raid on the way to Lee stream, and I will be there literally in 5 minutes. I'm going to go to the shop and get myself a Maggie because it's a final. Even though I don't drink during the weekday anymore, it's a fucking final. I'm getting a drink. Northside raid on the way in, and we're out. Nelson, big up.